my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in too deep. In your worn-out sweaters, thinking we'll be young forever. Driving in your mom's old hatchback, and we were in too deep.
Someone left me a recent comment on one of my clean and decorate videos and said, "Why do you show the cleaning in your videos? I think that we all know how to clean our house." And I don't doubt that you guys know how to clean your own house. In fact, I am very confident that you probably are a lot better at it than I even am. But for some of us, this task is daunting. We don't always feel like, and I quote, getting it all done. And the thought of getting up and actually doing it brings us anxiety. Or you're the opposite and the mess actually gives you anxiety and the motivation to get up and clean it. But once there is one more dish in the sink or one more toy on the ground, then your anxiety comes pouring back. But hopefully I can give you some tips later on in this video to help you deal with either situation, and that is why I'm here. That is why I create cleaning videos to help you in some way, shape, or form. I also am in the process of reorganizing my whole home, so you'll see some organizing videos thrown here and there. My next project is going to be our bathroom, so wish me luck on that. But if you are new here, my name is Michelle, and I'm a mom of 2 toddler girls. I'm just a completely regular mom. I have a messy house all the time, and I just go with the flow. But in today's video is a whole house clean, so I'm going to be trying to clean every single area in the house, as well as decorating our front porch for fall. And if you do like this kind of content and you stick around for a little while, then I'd love for you to join our community by clicking that subscribe button.
I'm going out with you tonight. Are you close to here? I'm feeling down, I don't know why. No, it's so surreal. Think I want you here. Oh, 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 oh. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Though I want your touch, baby, you're so
So in a previous video, I had ran our garbage disposal and heard something, so I got a flashlight and dug in there and found a water bottle cap. So I asked all of y'all, what were some crazy things that you've ever found in your garbage disposal? Oh, by the way, on the Dawn soap, thanks for recommending the apple scent. That one smells better than the fresh scent, in my opinion. So I had someone say that they had found an Elsa doll head in their garbage disposal one time, and I can totally see that, especially with small kids. Someone else mentioned that their daughter had put in a nail polish bottle in their garbage disposal, and they had to get a whole new garbage disposal. And this story you are never going to forget. So she commented and said that whenever they looked in their garbage disposal, there was a bat. And I was like, what? Did I read that right? How did you get a bat in your garbage disposal? And they said that they're not sure. They were out of town and they have 2 fireplaces in their house. So it could have just gotten through the fireplace. But I would be so terrified. But you guys always have the best stories, so thank you all for sharing those.
Baby, you're so hasty. I don't mind a little crazy, but baby, you're so hasty. We don't need to go on a fast. I need this night to last. Baby, you're so hasty. I don't mind a little crazy.
So today I'm just using the Dawn soap to clean out the sink. Typically I have been using the Jaws kitchen cleaner and also the pink stuff. So this time I'm just using some of the regular dish soap.
We're moving through the night like we're from a different star, flying over streets and our broken hearts. But they can't even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the lead. Ooh, getting caught in the maze, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we're golden, we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light. Baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody gonna hold us down. Break all the rules, let them run and hide. Baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Gonna let the world know.
Luckily, the kitchen area isn't too bad, but I do typically use the Jaws Granite cleaner to clean off all of our countertops. It has been one of my favorites. It has like a cucumber mint smell, and I mentioned this before, but I just kind of wanted to say it again. I used to have a friend that worked at like a flooring and like granite shop, and they just mentioned to make sure that you never use any type of like alcohol on granite because it'll weaken the seal, and that whenever he worked at the company, that a lot of times they would have to go into people's houses and reseal their granite because of the chemicals or because of whatever they used on those countertops. So I used to clean with Clorox wipes because I really wanted to like disinfect our countertops all the time, but then I realized that that has alcohol in it, so it is not good for granite. So obviously using it a couple times here and there isn't going to do a lot of damage, but when you're using it like all the time for a long period of time, then that's when it can not be good on different types of stone. So the little tray that goes under our toaster oven is completely ruined. Like, I think that's probably sweet potato that fell and just burnt on there. It's not even worth to me getting a razor and trying to scrape it off. I just put a piece of foil over it and then just put it back in.
Bathing in the light that you share, you're like the sun. Who am I to think how it'd be if you were mine? I've been walking with my shades on for so long, I can't seem to get them back on. 'Cause ooh, how I fell in love, couldn't see it coming, blasting my stereo. I can feel it coming, you on my radio. All I'm hearing is a song.
Next, I am moving on to our bedroom. We recently just redid our bedroom. We added a feature wall. We like shiplapped, paneled it, I guess you can say, on the ceiling, and it looks amazing. So I'll have that video linked down below in case you want to check it out. And a few other projects that we're working on. So I kind of mentioned this before that I am going to be reorganizing our bathroom. So I have gotten some products and I have some ideas on how I want to do it. So I think in the next 2 weeks, I'll have that video coming out. And I am also wanting to redo our closet. So I also mentioned that before too as well. But I'm starting to look at different things from IKEA. So I was looking at the PAX system from IKEA. So if anybody has any like recommendations on how you redid your own closet, or if you've ever used the PAX system from IKEA, then leave me a comment below. Let me know everything I need to know about it. If you liked it, hated it, worked or didn't work. I've been watching Lauren Nicholson's videos. So if you don't know her, she is like amazing at decorating. Like, I have been obsessed with her channel. I found her last year during Christmas time, and she has the best fall decor videos. Like, she doesn't know who I am or anything. I'm just kind of like a super fangirl of hers. But she just did like a bedroom type fall decorating video, and she put this fireplace in her bedroom underneath her TV. And I told Chris, my husband, I was like, okay, so I'm getting to, whenever we redo our closet, I'm totally getting rid of this dresser. You'll notice that it's cracked in that corner. Everybody's like, you need to fix it, you need to fix it. We bought it that way, so we actually got it like super discounted because it had a crack on it with the intent to fix it. But because this is like it's like a tinted glass. It's a very specific type of glass. The person who we thought was going to fix it couldn't fix it. So anyways, I had basically told him, I think I want to put like a fireplace in here, completely get rid of that dresser, and then make our closet amazing. So that's why I need all the tips, advice that I can get.
Go that far, 'cause I know better than that. So baby, let me hold you, hold you. I wanna show you, show you, show you how to treat you right, treat you right. Pull you closer through the highs and lows. Yeah, I wanna show you how to treat you right, treat you right. Let me show you what love is and why it's beautiful. Just put your body on top of mine, yeah. I won't treat you the same way as other girls who have no shame. No, I die for you. They have been cruel to you, saying things they don't mean. They have been rude to you, disrespect how you feel. But baby, I'll never go that far, 'cause I know better than that. So baby, let me hold you, hold you. I wanna show you, show you, show you how to treat you right, treat you right. Pull you closer through the highs and lows. Yeah, I wanna show you how to treat you right, treat you right. Treat you right, treat you right.
The last thing that I'm going to do to finish up in like the main area is mop the floors with this is the Tenco 3 model, and I did just get the Tenco S5, which is a newer model as well. So they are a wet vac, so basically they vacuum and mop at the same time. It definitely saves time so that you're not going through and sweeping, or if you use a cordless vacuum to vacuum up and then going back around and mopping, which is what I used to do a few months back before I discovered the wonderful world of wet vacuums. But I've only used the Tenco model, so I have had questions about which one I like the best. I have only used this brand, so I bought this one on Amazon whenever it was on sale, and then Tenco had sent me the newer model. In this video specifically, I hadn't gotten it in yet. That's why I'm using the older model, but I like them both. So whether or not you want to go for the splurge and get the brand new model, I still think that the older models do an excellent job.
We could test this and work out our feelings. Baby, will I love you? Tell me, do you want me? And will you let me down? Yeah.
So a few months ago, I had reorganized our bath linen cabinet, closet, whatever you call it. And a friend of mine had sent me this TikTok video on how you fold your towels. And I had asked you guys, do you guys roll your towels, or do y'all fold them in threes, or do you fold them in a square? And most people said they folded them in threes, but so I learned this method and I've been doing it ever since. You kind of fold it the corner, fold it in half, flip it over, and then roll it. And the purpose of doing it this way is because that little side corner piece you can tuck in so that the towels don't unfold. These fit nicely in our cabinet, so I really do like this method.
You should take it easy.
So I just wanted to point out that I typically do not mow our lawn. And that's because Chris loves mowing. It's totally his thing. He even has his own landscaping business, and he is very particular about the yard. So we have, this mower is like an old school mower because he likes it mowed like a golf course. So it's very low to the ground. So we were outside one evening and we were like playing with the kids in the front yard, and he was like, oh, I got to mow the yard. And I'm like, you just mowed it the other day. I said, why don't I mow the front yard and then you go give the kids a bath? So I had mowed the front yard, and then he was like, well, if you're going to mow the front yard, why don't you go mow the backyard? So we were just kind of like, I was like, okay, fine, I'll do that too. And I just showed you the cactus right there. So whenever I came around one time, I ran into that cactus and I got cactus all in my legs. So later on that night, I was like picking cactus out of the side of my leg, but it was actually really, really hot that day. And I was like, you know what? I don't think the lines are straight, but I did the best I could.
And if I close my eyes, it's all been a waste of time. Out driving every mile.
So like I said, I did that much and then I totally gave up. I was sweating so bad. So props to everyone who mows their yard. Now I'm going to move on to the front porch, and I couldn't decide if I was going to go ahead and decorate it for fall this season or not. We do have like a smaller front porch that needs to be cleaned off and picked up. Last year I did decorate it. We got some pumpkins and stuff. So very last minute I went and decorated it and then added it in this video. So the first thing I did was go ahead and wash that checkered mat before, and then got rid of just moved the other black mat. And then I'm kind of cleaning out these windows. We have that railing in between, so I've never really cleaned it out before. So that's what I'm doing here. And before we get started, and then this evening is actually when I decided we're going to go get pumpkins. We're going to decorate it. I'm going to add it to this week's video. And it was like 7:30 at night and the garden store closed at 8. So we were like in the car rushing to the garden store, and the girls got to pick out a couple pumpkins. And now I'm really glad that we ended up doing it, because every time they come home, they're like, that's my pumpkin that I picked out. So it's a lot of fun, and it turned out looking really great. So I got the checkered mat washed. I think I got that from Hobby Lobby last year. And then that hay pumpkin mat I got from a place here in Texas called Buc-ee's. The hay, I either got that from Hobby Lobby or maybe the garden store last year. And then these are some of the specialty pumpkins that we picked out at the garden store that night before. Now I'm just moving all of the pumpkins around and positioning them just to see where they will all look good. I'm adding this cute little sign. It's a Hocus Pocus sign, and it says, "I smell children," and I just thought that it worked perfectly for our house. And then last year, I actually made this wreath, and it's in my fall decorate video from 2020. I show like the DIY of how to make this wreath, and that's the one from last year. We got these fall colored mums, and I asked Chris if we could take the existing plants out of the pots, and it's kind of sad because they like really took off and bloomed. But what he's going to do is just place them in a different pot or just replant them somewhere. He'll think of something because he's good at all of that. And then I asked him to put in the mums into this pot. So these are kind of smaller ones, but the ones at the garden store, they will completely bloom out and become a lot bigger. So the girls are always watching and always helping. So Sailor has on her little gloves and she's helping pour the dirt. That way we can get these plants planted. I'm so glad that we decided to do this last minute because I think that it turned out super simple and super cute. Now I'm cleaning our guest bathroom and then I will move on to our master bathroom. But I did promise you guys that I would give you some tips on anxiety, whether you get really anxious before you want to clean something up or you are very anxious because there is a mess. So according to the Mayo Clinic, anxiety is just an intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fear about everyday situations. Now, just a disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional or anything like that, and you should always contact some sort of professional if you're experiencing any extreme anxieties. But I've been in both scenarios, and I wanted to give you a couple examples of what has helped me. So basically, we're worried of this outcome that hasn't even occurred yet. So we're worried that if we don't get it picked up right this second, then we're going to have to do it all later. Or worried someone will come over and judge you if you have a messy house, or you think maybe your spouse or someone will be upset with you if they come home and it's not cleaned up. Or in another case, you're just looking at this mess and you just don't even know where to start. You don't even know how to get up. You don't know how you're going to ever finish. And all of these preconceived outcomes are going on in your head that haven't even happened yet. So I can tell you that I have found a really good balance between the two. So I'll tell you a quick story. Whenever Chris and I got married, so Chris is my husband, I used to be really, it would give me anxiety if the house wasn't clean. So everything was kept up, everything was clean, we didn't have any kids, and it was all manageable and everything was to a T. So I have mentioned before that I, had struggled with depression, a little bit of anxiety and depression in the past. And I had seen a therapist, and I just remember this one conversation. I told her, this was before Chris and I got married. We've been married for 8 years and we have been together for 14 years. And I don't know where this came up, but I had just mentioned it bothers me that I will do all the dishes and get everything clean, and then Chris might come home late one day and put all his dishes in the sink. And it just bothers me so much. Why can't he just put his dishes in the dishwasher? And she said, "Why does it bother you?" I said, "I don't know. I just don't want the dishes in the sink. I want it all to be clean." And she said, "Why do you need it to be clean?" And I said, "I don't know. I just It gives me anxiety. And she said, well, I mean, are you going to clean your dishes tomorrow? I said, yeah, well, if I use a dish, I'm going to clean it and then put it in the dishwasher. And she said, well, why can't you just put that dish in the dishwasher the next day? I said, I don't know. I guess I just want it in the dishwasher that day. I don't want to have to think about it tomorrow. And she's like, well, but you're already going to do dishes tomorrow. So what is one more dish? And then I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I'm the crazy one. But it ended up not even being about the dishes at all, right? It was more so a communication that needed to happen between Chris and I. So once I kind of just started getting to the root cause of why it was that, I needed this done that way, or the preconceived notion that it was going to take me, 3 times as long to do it the next day if I didn't just do it right then, was completely false. It actually takes less time just to grab that extra dish while I'm already doing it than it is to basically do it twice. So that is just a simple example, and maybe just kind of gets you thinking about why it really bothers you in the first place. And the next thing is, like, my house will become a complete disaster. So I've kind of like loosened up a little bit, became a lot more laid back about the cleaning aspect, but then there's times where it just gets out of control. So whenever it does get that way, I don't get like super anxious about it. So one thing I would recommend is just picking the smallest and simplest task. I still get overwhelmed when I start like an organizing project because I'm not like an expert at organizing, but I just think about one small task at a time. Whenever you just start a small task, it gives you the momentum to do another task. So all we're looking for is something that's actionable, something you can easily take action on and not have to overly stress about the big picture. Just focus on something really small. So for me, now I just find a really, really good balance. I pick 1 to 2 days a week where I do most of the cleaning, and then everything else is I just pick up as needed, but I don't overly stress about if there's one dish in the sink or not. So hopefully some of these tips helped you a little bit and kind of just got you thinking, or even just rethinking.
I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again. But life is one big riddle of the future and what's been. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm wrong. I got it, I gotta go, 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 running to better times. Go, 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 from my emotions I'll go, 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 running to better times, to better times, to better times, to better times, to better times.
So the girls started helping me clean up, and then it looks like they got distracted and found the crowns.
Remember I was laughing in all the photos that you took, but now it looks like acting, like we were fiction in a book. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you.
So I've just been picking up a little bit in the playroom, and then I just am like reshuffling and reorganizing some of the toys, just making sure everything is in the right bins. But in last week's video, I mentioned a little bit about my journey on YouTube, and also that in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be opening up my YouTube mentoring program. So if you want to go ahead and join the waitlist for that, then make sure you click the link in my description box below where it says my YouTube program. This will get you signed up to my email list, where you will get all the communication about it. So this is basically if you've ever been interested in getting information about starting your own YouTube channel, or you've started one and you're not really sure where to go from there, then this program will definitely help you with that. Or if you just have any questions in general, then you can always just send me a message through my Instagram, because I do respond to all of those messages.
In the night, like I'm leaving all the bad stuff. Go, running to better times. Go, from my emotions out. Go, running to better times. 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 We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up all our friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is
I just wanted to throw out there, if you guys have any like questions or topics that you want me to ever talk about in a video, I kind of rebranded my channel to focus on cleaning and mindset motivation, because I think that having a clear mindset in order to get you to take actionable steps, whether it is just to get up and get something done, is very important. So if you have like suggestions or specific topics that you are really interested in and just me talking about, then leave me a comment, because I would love to know. So upstairs you'll see yet another vacuum that I'm using. I think I ended up using up to 3 vacuums in this video. I know I have way too much. I started off with a Tenco cordless one, and then I switched over to my cordless Dyson when that one ran out of battery or ran out of charge. And then for like thicker carpet, I like to use non-cordless ones. I just think that they have the most power. Obviously the cordless ones work on carpeted area, but I just feel like they're better for like rugs and stuff, opposed to like a big area of carpet. That's why I use the Shark vacuum. It's a super old model, but it has a lot of power, and that's my favorite to do upstairs. So the last couple of things I'm going to do in today's video is clean up a little bit in the laundry room, and finish up some laundry. So I feel like laundry is never ending. I probably need to get on a little bit better routine, but recently I've been putting my clothes in the washer machine, or someone's clothes in the washer machine, and then forgetting about them and leaving them there and then having to rewash them. So the laundry's just been piling up a little bit, because I'm like, I'm not going to put a load in until I'm ready to switch it and then unfold what's already in the dryer. But I need to just get back on a better routine and get all this laundry done.
You feel so far away, though you're close. Where's your mind at? I wanna know. A penny for your thoughts. I wanna know what's inside that heart of yours. Ooh, I feel paper thin. Ooh, when will you let me in?
So this is the last load of laundry that I'm doing in today's video, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you always for your support and sweet comments. They really do mean so much to me. And if you found this video helpful and you want to stick around, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I got some really good videos coming out. I have a really good deep clean next week, followed by my whole bathroom organizing. So I don't want you to miss that. So make sure that you're subscribed and click that bell notification so you know exactly when it's released. But I'll see you in my next video.